What's going on, guys? Orange Ball here, and welcome back to some more Sonic Origins. Now, in the last video, we continued playing through Sonic CD by going through Tidal Tempest and Quartz Quadrant Zone, and I think the best thing about that last video is probably the fact that we were able to finally get the remaining 3 time zones, which means we are now all set for getting the good ending in this. Now, for today's video, of course, it is going to be the finale for Sonic CD, and we're going to be going through, well, Normally, I'm usually going through 2 zones per video, but I'm going to be making an exception here because I want to really finish off Sonic CD so we can finally get to Sonic 2. So, we're going to be completing the game today by going through the remaining 3 zones. And I'm going to be a little bit honest here. I decided to do something off camera, which is that I decided to change the soundtrack from the Japanese version to the US version. Now, I know people are probably not going to care too much about this. There's no matter what soundtrack you end up playing, but for me, I felt like the ending music for Sonic CD with the Japanese soundtrack, I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as the US version of the ending for the soundtrack. So I've decided to change the soundtrack to the US one because I think it's going to sound a little bit better to listen through, but that's just me. Anyway, with all that said, I think it's time we finally go into this and finally beat this game once and for all. So let's get started. Alright, so Wacky Workbench. The thing I think I remember the most about this stage is that I think there's like some bumpier areas. I don't know, again, this is one of those games that I have a hard time trying to remember certain things about it. It's complicated. I remember some specific things about this stage, but there's some things I don't really remember as much. Alright, so again, as I said at the beginning, since I've gotten all of the time zone, we don't have to worry about going into the past or the future now. And so that means I can just basically play through the whole stage normally. And I honestly couldn't be happier about that one bit, because it just feels good when you don't really have too much to worry about. Oh, Jesus Christ. If I remember correctly, I think these things are electrocuted or something. I don't remember if you touch these little spike things or you have to touch something else. Oh, thank God. Oh, okay. Wait, oh, I touched the future signpost. Okay, I don't care about going into the past. It's not really necessary here. God damn it, really? So I think it's the actual spike things here. What the frick? A good shield. Seriously, if I was still going for the time stones now, I would be messing up hard. Alright, well, that's something that's already changed by selecting the US version of the soundtrack. You get that music playing for beating a stage. I gotta say, the music's actually really not that bad here. But like I said, I have not really compared the 2 soundtracks, so it's kind of hard to tell what's really good and what's not. Good God. If you know what you're doing, you can be able to pass through the stage very quickly, but thankfully, this stage is just an utter mess. Every chance I get, there's always going to be an opportunity where I'm going to actually manage to get hit, and that really sucks. Oh, don't want to go through without getting a checkpoint. Okay, for my own curiosity's sake, let's at least try to see what the future looks like. If it can do it here. There you go. Well, the future layout of this stage is definitely looking a lot better than what we saw with the present. God damn it, come on! Oh no, those things are still active. Wait, are they? Must be imagining things, come on. Oh, alright, I guess I made things a whole lot better just by going into the future then. Wait, so this is the third stage, right? Alright, so it's boss time then. I gotta say, the future version of this stage with the US soundtrack sounds really good. Oh god. Oh god, what is that music? I hate to say it, but I think the other music, I think the Japanese version of the boss music sounds better than this. No offense to the composer, but it's just, this just sounds so freaky. Alright, so what, oh, there we go, perfect. By the way, not at all, this is not at all what a Sonic boss music is supposed to sound like. And that figures like a hit right there. Boom! Down you go, sucker! Oh, here we go, Stardust Speedway. The iconic stage that involves the showdown between Metal Sonic. Everybody knows it like by now. So, with the exception of certain projectiles getting in my way, it's no surprise like how this is all gonna end. Okay. Okay, I did not want to go that way. I have a feeling this stage is going to give me some trouble. No, I keep falling off the platform. Great, thanks for adding salt to the wound. But I keep falling off the platform. How? I thought I could stand there. Okay, now let's me. Now let's me. Wait, are there holes in some of these platforms? Okay. This is one confusing stage. Alright, so I guess we're going into the future then. I honest to God didn't plan that on purpose. I swear. I mean, it gives us a good idea what the future version of the stage looks like. And maybe, just maybe, it might be able to help me get through this much more easily. But I am probably gonna jinx myself. And there you go. Looks like it did actually manage to help me after all. Again, you never know, like, for what point in time you end up going into. Sometimes it could help you, or sometimes it could bite you in the ass and make it more difficult than it should be. That's what, I guess that's maybe like another good intention as to why they have this mechanic implemented in there. It's to let people have their own way of, like, it being the stage. They need to try things out, to see what works best. This stage, though, is still confusing, though. No, I don't want to go into the past. But if it happens... Wait, don't do that, no! Alright, so what happens if we're gonna go over here? Okay. Interesting. The past version of this stage has a bit more of a fork design to it. There we go. Has a bit of a maze kick to it. It is finally time to go up against Metal Sonic. And I see something up there that I could potentially use. If I can get up there, that is. Alright, good, perfect. Alright, perfect. Speed shoes, that could really help with this. There he is. There's our robot. I was about to say my man, but obviously Metal Sonic is a robot, so... Alright, let's rev him up. Oh god. Yeah, if I remember correctly, you really gotta be careful of Metal Sonic doing that. Oh, good god, come on. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I feel like this is gonna be one of those stages where it's gonna take me a couple of attempts. Hopefully I get lucky. Oh no! Oh no. Ah, of course. Of course. Alright, let's rev them up, boys. Time for round 2. No, you don't. No, you don't, imposter. Everyone thinks Shadow's the imposter. In reality, it's Metal Sonic. Oh, come on. I never said I was an expert playing this. Oh, you son of a... There we go. Woo! I'm not sure if there's any basic strategy to that. I just had to make sure I know the layout a little bit better. But hey, whatever. We got through it. That's all enough for me. And we rescued Amy. Ah, there she is. Giving her all a little hug to Sonic. Alright, on to the final zone. Metallic Madness. Well, the layout definitely fits that description. Oh, careful. Do not want to be spring back. Oh my god. Good. Oh, come on. It's hard to figure out the pattern of those guys. Oh god. I'm getting some Scrap Brain Zone vibes all up in this. I can't be the only one who's thinking about that stage now, right? Almost felt like they took some elements thinking from that stage into this. Okay, real question. In a stage like this, how are you expected to go into the past, like, or the future? We don't really have that many spots to be able to have enough room to be able to actually go into those time zones. Who knows? But it doesn't matter because we're already at the end of the stage. God, again, I am really just so happy that I don't have to go through any more special stages. They were already, like, some of them were already, like, pretty difficult as is. So now I can just go through the remainder of the game just as smoothly as possible. Well, as smoothly as the game will allow me to do so. Okay, so the future thing is back into play. Wait! Ow! Should have known that was gonna happen. But that could have allowed me to actually go into the future, though. Alright. At this point, yeah, let's just go into the bottom route. Oh god, oh, you do not want to get crushed in this area. No, sirree. Get out. Oh, come on. How did that still get me? That shouldn't have been the kind of projectile that shouldn't have been able to go through a wall like that. Enemy projectiles like that have always been rather confusing. Oh, good god. Come on. Really? Alright, so I was... Honestly, I did not... Oh, hello there. Is there something up ahead that might make it easier for me to get through without this thing? Or do I actually really do need to use this? I guess we're gonna find that out, now won't we? Oh god, no, one of these bomb guys. Okay, ah! Alright, but I see why they had this little seesaw thing in here. Interesting way of progressing through this stage. But also, again, I was not really expecting I was going to be going into the past again. I just happened to do that by complete accident. Alright, there we go. Oh! Oh! They turned to Chibi Sonic now. Did Ant-Man have anything to do with the technology that was used for this stage? Because I never thought we would see Sonic this tiny before. Maybe that's where the developers of New Super Mario Bros. Got this idea from. They just decided instead of using a laser making Mario so small, they just decided to use a mushroom instead to make Mario so tiny. If a mushroom can make Mario grow, a mushroom can be able to make Mario so tiny. I don't know, I'm probably just coming up with complete nonsense at this point, but it would be interesting to know if the developers of New Super Mario Bros. Actually took some ideas from Sonic CD and implemented that. Oh, come on! If you're that tiny, I don't know how you could have been able to get crushed right there. I thought there would have been at least enough mid space that you could still at least be able to still pass through as when you're so tiny. But I guess not. Oh my god, I hate this enemy so much. Alright. really? I have to go through the tedious process of going into seesaw thing again? Like, come on. And the worst part is that that bomb enemy guy is going to be standing there, so it almost feels like you have to use this at first just to get up to the guy so that like he can explode so you can be able to get onto the platform. Okay, good. Finally back to where I was before. Let's just try to make sure I don't get crushed this time. Let's just hope that maybe this time I'll be able to get through without dying, because apparently there was no checkpoint before this. Okay, here I know how to eat. Okay, so alright, so there's not enough room to fully get through without letting the thing fall down. Okay, I see what they wanted me to do now. In retrospect, it kind of makes sense. In my honest opinion, this is probably like the thing I actually enjoy the most about this game. It's actually pretty cool just seeing like certain areas where you actually have to shrink down like in order to pass through them properly. Oh, come on, no! I hate little jumps like that. Makes it so hard to get to the part where it wants me to get to. And also, I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Have I already been through this part of the stage? I think I have. Oh, for the love of God, come on. Do I really have to go through this section again? Is there like a path I didn't know about before? Okay. So, did I miss something before? Wait, what if I went this way? Are you kidding me with that? I thought there would have been enough height for me to be able to get through. Oh, thank God we're finally done with the stage. That took me 7 minutes. 7 minutes just to get through. And it's all because I couldn't figure out like which direction I was supposed to go in. Especially the parts where I turn small. It's like, I don't know how in God's name I was supposed to go through that and knowing which direction I was actually supposed to go into. It's like, it was just so confusing, man. Okay. I think this is probably the only stage I've had a little bit of practice with. Only because I've done... Since I've actually played through the Steam version a lot, like I've had a lot of practice of at least trying to go through this final stage. Because I want to test out some stuff, like for the modded stuff that happens. Sorry, I just remembered that this is a section of the stage where you really have to watch your step. Because of that. There's a bottomless pit. Ugh. Anyway, so I've had a lot of practice like doing this final stage, like getting to the boss itself, because I'm testing with a lot of mods before, and I want to test some things out, like playing as Tails. So I know for the most part like how to navigate like through this stage. Alright, but I believe that this is the final stage. How ironic that I just said that I know how to navigate through this stage mostly, and I just said that maybe this is the final stage. No, actually, this really is actually the final stage, and thank God it is. This is a game, in my honest opinion, I feel like I've gotten better at. Well, I've gotten a little bit more decent at playing this. But yeah, this is a stage I feel like I've gotten a little bit more decent at playing it. But, I don't know, there's just something about this game in particular that I'm just still not crazy about. Okay, good. Got this guy. Alright, perfect. There you go. It's too bad I lost that shield, though. Hopefully I can get through this boss on my first go. Oh, God, that boss music. I think that's something... I think that's a track that I definitely... I think this is like one of the few times where I definitely prefer the Japanese soundtrack, just because certain tracks sound better with that version of it. There you go. This boss has always been very strange for me as to like how you're supposed to land that first hit with them. It's like, how are you supposed to do it without getting hits? Okay, good, one more hit. One more hit. Yeah, but I just never really get like how you're supposed to land that first hit without getting hurt. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Yes! And with that final blow, we are now done. Thank God. Yeah. I know that the Japanese version of this outro has the sound effects included in it, or at least the mod that I installed for this brought back the extra sound effects, but I'm sorry, I had to put the US version of the soundtrack on for this because Sonic Boom just sounds so much better with this outro, at least in my opinion. Now that right there is the clear indication that we got the best ending possible in this game. Because I don't know, this in my opinion was like the first Sonic game that actually at least showed you that getting all the Chaos Emeralds, or all the Time Stones in this case, actually gives you the best possible ending that you can get. And then with Sonic 2 onwards, they finally really started incorporating more of the fact that, like, they start indicating that, oh, you messed up, so you should have gotten the best ending possible. Well, if you're playing the remastered version of Sonic 2, the original Sonic 2 for some reason still had that same thing where, like, it doesn't matter what ending you get. I mean, whether you get the Chaos Emeralds or not, you still beat the game. The only difference that's changed is just whether or not you turn to Super Sonic at the end, but more on that when we get into Sonic 2. For now, yeah, so that's it for Sonic CD. I do love the ending. That's something that still sticks out for me a lot for this game. Like, the opening and ending cutscenes they get for this game definitely look really fantastic, especially for how well animated this was, like, back then. I mean, considering that this was all hand-drawn animation, like, you can see how well it holds up today. Like, the animators really worked hard on this, so I cannot compliment them enough just for how well it was done. Now, as for Sonic CD as a whole, I think I basically have said most of my opinions throughout most of this portion of the playthrough, but this really is my least favorite classic Sonic game. Just, the gameplay is not really the... I mean, look, when you get right down to it, it's basically just Sonic 1 with a bunch of new gameplay mechanics that were thrown into this to make its own standalone title. And I mean, again, on paper, the whole idea about, like, going into the past, changing it, like, to get the best possible future is really interesting, but you still can't... It's still really hard to pull off being able to go into the past and going for all those Bandit machines just to get the possible future. And keep in mind, you have to do this for every stage, as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure if you have to do it for the last two stages, but whatever. Oh hey, look at that! Hey, there you go. You're too cool. Awesome. Really awesome. Oh, let me get one final cutscene. Well, looks like Sonic's gonna be leaving Amy behind now. Hey, teasing Sonic 2. That's the way to go. Alright, obviously we are now going straight into Sonic 2. Well, I mean, not in this video, of course, but we may as well just see the opening cutscene to this. Oh, Tails, my poor boy. Getting bullied just because he's different than everybody else. Yeah, you assholes get what you deserve. So yeah, guys, you obviously know what's going to be coming next. We're, of course, going to be going into Sonic 2, like, in the next video, so... But before we officially wrap things up here, I do want to get, like, the remainder of my thoughts out, like, for Sonic CD. So yeah, so besides, like, all the stuff I said before about, like, the gameplay, including the time travel mechanic, it seems kind of pointless, like, having the option of, like, going into the past to be able to get all those Badnik machines, especially for how hard it is to be able to time travel, when you can do what I always think is the better option, which is to get 50 rings just like in Sonic 1 and just go for all the special stages. But even then, though, the special stages themselves are not great either, at least in my eyes, because they just don't really hit the best gameplay mechanics like into them either. Like, trying to go after all those UFOs, it's just... I've never been able to find out the best, like, possible way of being able to beat all those special stages, at least in a better way than I have from what you guys have been seeing throughout this portion of the playthrough. But despite that, though, I still think going through the special stages and getting all the time stones is sort of the better option for getting the best ending. Like, you don't have to worry about time traveling at all, period, unless you accidentally do it, based on what you guys have also seen. And you can just play through the whole stage without really having to worry about, like, anything else getting your way through it. So, yeah, so Sonic CD, it's not my personal favorite classic Sonic game, but there's at least some decent stuff in it that at least I still kind of enjoy. Like, the soundtrack's good, the ending and the opening and ending cutscenes, like, have always been really great to watch. And no matter what, though, no matter what version of the soundtrack you choose, Sonic CD definitely has a good soundtrack. But then again, there's only just a few handful of tracks that I really remember personally, so... A lot of you guys are probably gonna have more positive feelings towards this game than I do, but at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. So I guess maybe to end things off here, I should probably ask, like, what do you guys personally think about Sonic CD? You already know what I think about the game, but I'm curious to know what you guys personally think about this game. And who knows, maybe I'm missing something entirely, or maybe you guys will be telling me something that I never really considered about this game before, but I'm just genuinely interested to know what you guys personally think about the game, because everybody's opinion is different, no matter how you look at it. Yeah, so next time, obviously Sonic 2. So get ready, boys. We're going in hot with the second half of this playthrough. We got Sonic 2 and then Sonic 3, and it's going to be a huge blast. So, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a comment below, and obviously give a like, subscribe, and yeah, obviously leave a comment below what your thoughts is about this video, or just your thoughts about Sonic CD as a whole. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, take care.